Hi, I'm Dr. Jeremy Bartz, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what causes most psychological difficulties and what can be done about them. As a dynamic psychotherapist, I understand that symptoms and difficulties are often the result of unconscious conflicts. Now you may be wondering, what does he mean by unconscious conflicts? Fortunately, Dr. David Mallon has used a triangle to help us conceptualize these forces within the psyche. As we go through life, we naturally experience events that generate core emotions such as love, anger, guilt, grief, and fear. These emotions are fundamental to our existence and they serve valuable functions. However, early in life, many people are taught that some of their basic emotions are not acceptable. Many children are punished or isolated simply for expressing these basic emotions, and when that happens, the emotions become associated with anxiety. We fear that if we allow ourselves to experience the full impact of our emotions, that it could threaten the attachment bond from our caregivers, and this makes us very anxious. Now, as you know, anxiety is a pretty uncomfortable state, and we're highly motivated to find ways to avoid it. So we turn to defense mechanisms to reduce anxiety and cover up our threatening emotions. There are thousands of different defense mechanisms that people use, and they do enable us to avoid our anxiety and our emotions, however, at a great cost, because these mechanisms create the very problems that undermine our quality of life and relationships. For example, let's pretend your boss pulls you into his office and unfairly reprimands you. Now, this would naturally generate anger, but if you associate anger with anxiety, you'll become anxious and then you'll defend against the anger. One common way that people defend against anger towards their abusers is to turn it on themselves. One might do this by saying to themselves, I'm not really angry with my boss for calling me an idiot. In fact, I agree with him. I am an idiot. Now, even though this happens unconsciously, when we turn anger on ourselves through the defense of self-attack, we naturally become depressed and our self-confidence plummets. Most people use defense mechanisms automatically and habitually. So my job as a therapist is to bring these mechanisms to your awareness so that you can turn against them. And then we can process the emotions that have been avoided. Once the emotions have been dealt with, then there's no more need for the defense mechanisms or the anxiety that have been driving your symptoms and difficulties.